Welcome back to the Forge of Low Expectations, where I'm your humble forge geek, Exia. And today we're going to be working on a very iconic anime blade. One might say one of the most iconic. Others might disagree. Now obviously this is not painted or anything, and I did that for a specific reason. But it's Zoro's Wado Ichimonji. I'm probably butchering that name, as I do with most. Anyway, but no, I left it like this because I may have to end up making another one just because it honestly just looks cool. You've got the black blade, white. If I do reprint this, a couple of the details might end up having to be black, or maybe like the under wrap black, just to kind of tie everything together. But I am really in love with how this looks. That being said, when it's painted it should look a lot better. However, if I mess up, I guess I could always just say it's one of his 20-ish other swords. So, if you're down with that and cool with that, let's get started by first gluing everything. So after gluing, it still looks like it mainly just came off the 3D printer bed, but hopefully with a little bit of work, grease, some plastic welding, and a lot of sanding and some paint, this should hopefully be worthy of being one of Zoro's swords. So I went ahead and did a coat of primer, the sandable primer, and I did go in and fill in some of the gaps, which I may have to go in and fill some more. But yeah, basically Zoro trains with weights and I train not to bleed while using sandpaper. Probably gonna butcher this name, but the Wado Ichimonji, it's the sword that Zoro could never part with unless you know, well, it was 3D printed by yours truly. But overall, I'm happy with how it turned out. I used a new paint, chrome instead of the metal silver or metal steel, whatever it was. And overall, there are parts that I probably could have done better, but overall I think it turned out pretty well. But that is not my call to make. It is now time for my favorite segment, the wife's verdict. And then maybe, just maybe, I will try the 3 sword style.
We can take it out. I didn't look, to be honest. This time I did not.
So what do you think? Worthy of Zoro or just another prop?
It actually looks amazing, but I would advise that you would not hold it in your mouth.
But it's part of his 3 sword style. But what would you give it out of 10?
9 out of 10. 0 vibes, but you don't have the jaw strength for this. You're gonna break your teeth first.
I was gonna say, I don't know if my teeth have the strength. So, thank you for joining me in the Forge of Low Expectations. If you want to see me suffer through another build of sanding, plastic welding, painting, sanding some more until my fingers bleed, which the next project already has a head start on, comment down below what you would like. Maybe another One Piece sword, maybe another Demon Slayer, maybe a Kingdom Hearts Keyblade down the road. Anyway, so with all that, well, maybe consider subscribing if you want to see future videos. Anyway, now we do something stupid to end this in the most Zoroific way. Oh!